All right. Can y'all hear us out there? All right. Well, thank y'all for coming. Y'all can see how Dr. Murphy and I work. We're already cutting another deal.
We are.
So we just want to thank everybody for coming. And somebody asked me the other day, said, what's this about? And I said, look, it's about us working together. And it's about the little things that make a difference, because the little things turn into the big things. And yeah, everybody knows me, and everybody knows I'm a Ford, and everybody knows my passion for Gadsden State. It's through my mother, stepmother, my father, my 3 years of experience in a 2-year college with Tracy Cordell. But I love Gadsden State. And when I became mayor, I realized the consortium that was already presented to us by the previous administration, what a wonderful opportunity. Then I was hoping that we'd have a president that would like it also as much as I would, and that we'd be able to work together. And let me tell you, I couldn't ask for a better relationship with the president, with Dr. Kathy Murphy, and what she means to this community. Having a 2-year school in your community is phenomenal. It's huge. It helps me with industrial recruitment. It helps us with our employees, with our EMTs, to be able to go to school over there. It helps us with our police. Being able to train. It helps us with our employees when they want to go back to school. You think of the communities, and being in the legislature, seeing the communities that don't have a 2-year school. Number one, they're one of our top 5 employers in the city of Gadsden, so we appreciate that. But number two, the job that they're doing to train our workforce and our K through 12 in doing workforce development and dual enrollment is phenomenal. That's putting us on the map. And what we're about to break ground on, or cut a ribbon, is the Workforce Development Building. And how many's in the state, Dr. Murphy? 3?
There'll be 5.
5. So we're one of 5, and we're not going to get into that today. That's her show, but we're going to attend it too. But that's a big deal. So that helped us recruit Ultra Safe Nuclear. When we brought them into town, we talked about training the workforce, and we showed them that building, and it was another great event. So that helped us land that company here coming to Gadsden. So Dr. Murphy, I'll introduce you. Without further ado, I'll just turn it over to you for some opening comments.
Well, thank you so much. One of the things that I often say is that none of us live in a silo. And so I am so excited about the relationship that exists between Gadsden State and the city of Gadsden. I have him on speed dial, and I think he has me on speed dial. And so we're regularly talking about how do we serve this community better. Gadsden State exists simply and only for the purpose of how do we serve this part of our state and how do we serve students. And we're constantly looking for ways. As we sat down, Mayor Ford began to tell me an idea, and I said, hey, and I've got an idea. And this is what we do on a regular basis. That does not exist in all locations where the city, it sits over here in the 2-year system, or a college may sit over here. And I'm so delighted for the working relationship, the collaboration, the partnership, call it what you may, but it's wonderful what we have that exists here. And so here we are today to have another wonderful opportunity to demonstrate to our community how we seek to work together through our new Gadsden State Community College Police Department. We are so happy for the first time in the history of our college to have a police department. And our very first police chief, Jay Freeman, is with us and will be a part of this ceremony with us and signing. And Chief Freeman, thank you for your work. There may, God forbid, come that occasion when we need to all be working together for the purpose of some incident that has occurred on our campus, and that's regularly on my prayer list to protect and the well-being and the safety of our students and of our community. And likewise, Mayor, should you ever need us, we stand ready to serve. And so, Chief Freeman, thank you for the work you've already done for us. He is absolutely passionate. As a superintendent many years ago, a board member said to me, Dr. Murphy, I have one problem with you. And I'm thinking, oh, what did I say? What did I do? And he said, you know, what we have to do with you is constantly hold your reins. And I said to him, well, that beats gouging me in the side saying, giddy up. So one of the things I have to do with Jay Freeman sometimes is I have to grab his reins. I never have to say giddy up to him. Passionate, a go-getter, making it happen, and I am grateful that you are making history with us as our first chief of police. So thank you. Thank you to our city.
So thank you, Dr. Murphy, and I want to introduce our president of our council, Kent Back, is in the audience. Mr. Back, is anybody else here from the council? That'd be why he's president, so. But thank you, Kent, for coming. And also, I want to recognize some of our first responders, Chief Jaggers, who's been doing this for a while, 52 years. I'm just kidding. But we grew up together and over in East Gadsden, he and his brother and his family, and his mother's an employee of Gadsden State. And then Captain Action Jackson. And who else is here, Bobby? Anybody else? So our fire department was going to come. Unfortunately, we had a situation yesterday where we had a house fire and they were up all night. So, but I told them to take some time off. So we want to thank them and pray for them also. So I'm going to go right into this and read this agreement, Chief and Chief. And then when I get completed, we'll sign the agreement. But once again, thank you, Dr. Murphy, and thank you for everything Gadsden State stands for. And it's important to me. You know, there is a building over there named after my dad, and I think he's smiling down on us today. He would love seeing this happen. I think it's kind of ironic how this is happening. So I want to read this agreement. This says the Alabama Community College System Law Enforcement Mutual Aid Agreement with the City of Gadsden Police Department. This agreement is made and entered into this 11th day of April 2024 by and between the Gadsden State Community College Police Department, hereinafter referred to as GSCC PD, and the City of Gadsden Police Department, herein referred to as GPD, collectively referred to as the parties. Whereas the parties are, I guess that word, I need to go back to school. Is that Desirous? Desirous, sorry. That's the East Gadsden dialect. Of obtaining additional law enforcement protection for their respective communities during emergency situations or special exigent circumstances by making the most efficient use of possible of their law enforcement personnel. Whereas it is in the best interest of the parties to voluntarily aid and assist each other to the extent possible in the event emergency situations or special exigent circumstances should occur, by the interchange of law enforcement services and upon when an agency asks for assistance. Whereas both GSCCPD, and GPD possess law enforcement authority as defined by Code of Alabama 1622-1 and have jurisdiction on property owned and controlled by the college. Now therefore, in consideration of the mutual covenants and agreements herein contained, the parties hereto agree to the following. Purposes to provide mutual aid between both police departments without jeopardizing each entity's own duties and responsibilities to its citizens within their respective jurisdictions. Terms used herein shall have the meaning and assigned in this agreement unless otherwise specified. Implementation, aid provided by assisting agencies voluntarily with protocols for request and withdrawal of assistance clearly outlined to ensure effective cooperation while maintaining the ability to serve their respective communities. Terms, this agreement shall be effective for 2 years with provisions for termination under specific conditions. Liability and insurance, each party bears its own risk in determining its own insurance needs. Effective date, this agreement becomes effective upon all execution by all signatures. Severability, if any provision is found invalid, it will not affect the remainder of the agreement. Entire agreement, this document constitutes the full agreement between the parties and can only be amended in writing by both parties. So I know it says 2 years, but I know there's a renewal clause also, so we plan on renewing this as long as I'm around. So, Dr. Murphy, thank you, and Chief, if y'all would come present, and we'll sign this thing, okay? Thank y'all. You got that. I did that earlier.
Today is
The 11th. You want to say something? Yeah. I'm going to make you talk. Yeah. Yeah. Chief, y'all want to say something?
I will, Mayor.
Pick that thing up.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Hey, I just want to say, when I took this job back in July 2023, I knew in order to be successful, we were going to have a partnership with the city of Gadsden. So this day has come. We have been working together prior to this, but this day means a lot to me and my department, Dr. Murphy and Gadsden State. To know that we're able to pull resources together and be as one on something, if an incident occurred, to know that the city of Gadsden is going to be standing by our side is huge for us and our department. So, like I said, this day means a lot to me and our department, and I'm just excited that the mayor and the chief and Dr. Murphy all could be here and you all could be here, that we could get this collaboration effort done. Thank you.
We're grateful to be able to work with Gadsden State, and hopefully it will be good for all of us when we can pool our resources. We've always had a good working relationship with Gadsden State, and I don't see any reason why that won't continue. Thank you.
So I also want to say, if you just read the news recently, the mayor of Hopes Bluff, Scott Reeves, just donated a vehicle to Gadsden State for $1 to the police force, and I thought that was phenomenal too, to see the other cities coming involved too. So, Mr. Rogers, you have any?
I was just gonna get a picture of everybody since y'all are all standing.
Okay, you gonna move the microphones? Does any press have any questions? Jerry, good to see you too, buddy. All right, let's get a picture, and this will conclude the ceremony.